The name, the cannabis, or you're calling it the Cannabis Tax Act.
Oregon Cannabis Tax Act, that's right.
It's based on the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the way I use it, the analogy is it's like coming into a film and the film's halfway through. And we don't know how we got here. But I mean, people need to pull back and go, wait a minute. At some point in history, the government stepped in and said they have the right to tell us what seeds we can plant. I mean, the thing that we're doing, we're being so peaceful about it. But it's insanity. When you really think about it, they've taken the right upon themselves to tell us what seeds we can plant. Gatewood Galbraith woke me up to this. Just think about it. What seeds we can plant? We can debate processing something in a laboratory. But when the government steps in and says you can't plant this seed, then they've taken the right to say you can't plant any seed, and that crosses the line of just basic common law. I mean, it's insanity. You need to get your mother, your grandmother, your brother, your sister, anybody that wants freedom, whether they smoke marijuana or not, and wake them up and say, they've taken the freedom away from us to grow a seed. Let's go down there en masse, get this petition signed. It should be done in 2 days. If people knew what it represented, they would do it immediately. The 80,000 signatures that are necessary should be done automatically, whether you smoke pot or not smoke. Just bring back the right to the people to plant any plant that we want. We're the boss. We're the people. They work for us.
That's right.
We bow down to them like they're
the sovereign, the ruler.
Rabbit, man. Come on, let's get over this.
What I think is cool about it is how many groups of people get together and say, taxes, take our money. Please, we want to give it to you, Uncle Sam. We really want to come together and say, here's a lot of cash out of my pocket. Voluntarily.
Take it out of the black market and put it in the mainstream economy.
That's the cool thing about it. We're saying, please, taxes, where there's a lot of people, because April 15th is coming around, who are dodging their taxes and looking for loopholes and trying to get out of paying their fair share and all that. And we're saying, look, we're buying this stuff anyway. Why don't you please take some more money out of my pocket and tax me?
It's not millions, it's billions of dollars.
That's the cool thing about it. I mean, not the government should be going, wow, here's citizens of our country saying, please take our tax dollars. You should be jumping up and down there in Washington going, let's sign this bill now.
Yeah. Well, you know, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Paul, I've got a question as to how we can get these. Is it 70,000 signatures?
Well, right now we have just over 50,000 signatures.
Yeah,
we need 87,213 valid registered Oregon voters' signatures to put this thing on the ballot. So because some signatures aren't valid, they're illegible, or they aren't registered to vote, we have to turn in excess of that. So we want to turn in at least 120, preferably 140,000 signatures. Okay. So we still have about 20 weeks to go till July 6th to gather the total number of signatures, turn it into the state, and then that forces a vote on this question. You can find out more about that at cannabistaxact.org.
Okay, so the question that I have is, how can we use the time value that we have in between now and where we've got to get and leverage that to the greatest portion possible in terms of, you said that someone can go to your website, they can download the form, they can fill it out.
Print it out, sign it, and send it in.
Okay, so what I'm trying to figure out is how can we use social media, because whether you consider yourself a Democrat, a Republican, an independent, a libertarian, a Martian, whoever you are, you have all of these people connected to your friends, family, and co-workers that are linked through your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Facebook. Somehow, some way, you need to post this stuff into your space so that people can share it, so that they can download this stuff in the state of Oregon. And if you do not live in Oregon, but you have friends and family that know people that live in Oregon, you need to get this into your social network. So by sharing it and tweeting it and Facebooking it and texting it, or whatever you're doing with it, somehow we need to use social networks to get this number done.